Hello there, Capricorn. My name's Frankie, and I'm a clairvoyant, clairaudient medium, and an empath. And this reading's going to be for Capricorn for June of 2017. And what I've done for us is I've pulled 4 cards for the month. We're going to use the bottom card on the deck for the overall view of the month. And we'll pull Angel card at the end of the reading to hopefully bring everything together for us. Now, I don't believe these cards are going to go week by week. I believe they're going to blend in and out throughout the month for us. And I would advise you to watch your sun or your moon and rising sign also, because that's kind of the prayer sequence that I set up for this. And sometimes we'll get more information out of that if we do read all 3 of them together. The other thing is I am an empath, so I have a speech pattern and I will speak as if I'm you during the reading. So right now, all of us out there are Capricorns named Frankie for the time of the reading. Now, I'm not an astrologer, so I looked up the astrology for us for the month, and it's going to be in our 6th house, and that's health, diet, all of your employment affairs, the services that you perform for others, your co-workers, dependents. I think it said aunts and uncles. It's the house where your work and your health kind of connect together. Now, before we start, Spirit's given us a couple words here, and they are relaxation, resilience, understanding, gratitude, and exploration. And it looks like it's going to be a pretty interesting month for us, and well, really interesting month for us. So what I want to say before we even start the reading is, like, to make sure that we're handling all of our affairs in a careful manner. You know, that seems like a really good thing, or any responsibilities in a careful manner, because these are general readings. It's This reading will come down in a different area of each one of our lives, because we're all individuals, Capricorns, but a lot of us are having a lot of interesting thoughts, maybe moving forward on things that we might have a dream about, because our first card here is the moon card. And a lot of people think of this card as negative, but how the card feels this month for us is it feels as if it's a card of internal reflection, is the word they're giving me. So it's a card of me going within myself to find that understanding, that word understanding, and explore what my options are. So it's kind of the card of within focus. So if I would be taking the facts from the outside this month, taking them and putting them within me, evaluating them from my intuition, which is our moon card, evaluating those thoughts, those feelings, those emotions, and it feels like it feels exactly like my intuition is going to be very important, but it's going to be important based on the facts. So what Spirit's saying to us with that word understanding is explore these facts, like external things, then bring those things within us to make sense and see if they're valuable to us or not. Um, Using our intuition to guide us, but based on the realities, because we may get surprised if we don't use that reality. A lot of times the moon card, it's like the moon is shining the light on the hidden obstacle, so to speak. Or a lot of people think the howling at the moon, it's like you're barking up the wrong tree, buddy. But Spirit's telling me if we really know the facts, know the facts, and we take those facts in turn and turn within with those facts into our heart and evaluate if they're true or not, we may see some of those facts are true And some of them may be things howling at the moon, maybe things that we made up that didn't have a truth behind them or a strength behind them, but sometimes we just want something. And all of the facts in the world tell us that that's not a possibility, but maybe we need to then reevaluate the facts. See if we're really gathering them all, and if they are all truthful, or are they hearsay? Did they come from someone else that's telling us this is the fact, or that's the fact, or whatever? And then put it all together and meditate or contemplate what it is that is going to be our next step. And remember, they gave us that word relaxation also. Nope, not showing in there, is it? It is very rainy and dreary out. It's been pouring here for days, and for some reason it's making a weird glare in this room. But this is the Four of Cups. Our first card is a Four of Cups. And usually that's the card of apathy. Um, you could see this guy has been sitting under the tree staring and contemplating for so long, right, that he's got a tree growing out of his head. There's leaves. They're like maybe the ivy's just beginning to grow over him. But this card also is the card of like maybe it's been a tough time that we went through, and one of these other cards show me that it could have been very tough time we went through, so we're withdrawing. We're doing that. Turn off the phone, shut the blind, lock the door, don't answer the doorbell, don't answer the phone type deal, and perhaps it's time to not do that. As you can see, there are 3 full cups right beside them, right? And this cup, which you can't see because it's all glary, but this cup up here in the corner is coming out from the clouds. Now I think of that cup sometimes. Usually it's like there's another cup and I'm daydreaming on that cup. And that's the only cup I want. But in this case, this cup is from like the hand of Source or the hand of God. And it's filled with something good and purposeful, you know. But if I'm using this moon card here as howling at the moon and daydreaming and that, I don't see the hand of God coming with a full cup of exactly that which I want. So if I'm taking that relaxation word over the edge into apathy and saying, oh, I'm just kicking back, I'm just being Capricorn, right? I already got 3 really good things here sitting right beside me, and I'm thinking, but there must be something better. Actually, the something better was right there. All I had to do was reach out and grab it, but I have to have understanding to do that. And in this manner, they're saying we need to understand the facts. So let's not like overdo ourselves, start getting too many projects or things going on all at the same time and then overrunning ourselves, or not clearly seeing the facts before we go and internalize to meditate on what it is that our next step is going to be. Because I have to tell you, this next card is gratitude personified. Our next card here is the Nine of Cups. And they call this card the pip card. Well, I always think this in this deck here, if you can see, and I don't know if I can get that off of there or not. Look at his face, it's bright red. His nose is bright red. I always think, what were those cups filled with, and did this dude drink them all first? But I don't think that's what it means, but that's what I think when I look at the card, but this is they call it the pip card because it's my wishes have come true. So to me, when I'm in this vibration and being a Capricorn, I see these wish cards, my immediate focus would be to go to the understanding that I got while I was contemplating with this, all the facts, and internalizing them and seeing which ones are true and which ones aren't, and focusing on what it is that I truly desire, what it is that I wish for. No, at no point during this time should I fill that fourth cup that God's handing to me with that which I do not want. And this is very serious because those words are understanding and resilience, and a lot of us have went through really rough times. So, they're saying don't nourish like the inferiority complex, like, oh, I'm Capricorn, everybody steps on me. Our wishes are here to be had. But we have to be able this month to see those facts clearly, to meditate on them, to internalize them, and to get a true understanding what externally, to me is truth and what is not. Did I look at something and I looked at it wrong, maybe? Or did a friend tell me this is true? Or you can go do this and you'll get that. And it really wasn't true, right? Or did I just daydream it up and think, oh, well, and I didn't do my research. With this wish card, it's like be grateful, have gratitude for everything we have, everything that is within our means this day, and that all of our wishes will be fulfilled. But in this manner, they're saying, with the understanding that they are based on pertinent and true facts, right? So they said handle our affairs or whatever we're doing very responsibly. Don't fall into this apathy. Don't fall into the howling at the moon. Fall into that clear thinking of what can I utilize, right? And then they're saying, and explore all the options, Capricorn, because we're getting our wish, so we want to keep focused on that wish. That's almost like, did I buy the lottery ticket and I know I'm going to win tonight, kind of thing. But I also worked all week and I put $100 of my paycheck, if I had it, in my savings account. It's the backup plan, Capricorn, based on the facts. I know that sounds like, what do you want to say, dichotomy? Is that even a word? I'm listening to what they're saying, but it sounds like, what's this? What's that? It sounds a little crazy because sometimes Spirit will tell us, use your intuition. Does that feel right? But this time they're saying, use our intuition, yes, because it's really relevant. The moon card is going to shine the light, but the moon card is going to shine the light on truth and understanding. Truth and understanding. What is real? Did I research it? Then evaluated it with my intuition. Was this an outside influence that gave me the airy fairy pie in the sky and I took it as fact and didn't internalize and look at my intuition? They're saying self-reliant, right? Resilient. We're resilient. We're Capricorn. We dot our I's and cross our T's, right? We are Capricorn. We can work. We can work really, really hard. Don't let us drop into this space where we're doing the inferiority complex or we're blaming someone else if we didn't do that research, right? And then use our intuition to evaluate it, because actually we're very intuitive and we're extremely hard workers. And since our wish is coming true, why can't we base it on facts? Because our next card here is the Two of Wands. And this two's a really interesting two. And it feels even more so this month. Normally on this card, well, you can kind of see it here, but not as good as you can in my other deck. But normally on this card, this guy is looking outwards. This time he's looking at the moon, they both remind me of the same thing. But I think probably it means the world or his crystal ball or something like that. But these two cards seem to influence each other for some reason. They're all coming together. So this is that intuition. He's looking out. He's saying, my ships are coming in. I have the wish card. Here comes my ships. I have everything that I want. But with this too, there's kind of this weird influence, right? Where Spirit tells us usually twos are about choices, but with this one, they're telling us always have a backup plan. So this is that crazy kind of energy that if I didn't evaluate all the facts, my wish came true. It's really not going to come true in the way that I wanted. Because this would be like, I had a partner, maybe, there's two here. I had a partner, maybe let's give an example, in a business venture, let's say. And my partner said, I'm going to have upfront the money and you have upfront the money, or I'll front all of the money, and then they didn't. Then they said, oh, something better came up, or I had another bill I had to pay, right? And we were not paying attention to the facts that were truly presented, or maybe they were presented to us and we didn't take the time to do the research. So if I have this too, and I have a wish, and someone said, well, we're going to buy a new house together, then they said, oh, I can't get my money out of the bank right now, but I can only get it, way down the line, I'd have a backup plan. If I really wanted that wish, that house, I would have financing in place, even though I had the partner or whatever that said, oh, I'll come up with the deposit. I would always have plan number 2, or look behind door number 2, Capricorn. With this card, crazy things can happen. So let's use the house thing for example. It's just an example though, Capricorn, is what's popping in my head right at this minute. So I'm going to this bank and I'm going to get the financing for the house, and the house is my dream, or the financing for a new boat. This is my dream come true. And my friend says, I'll go halves on that because we always go boating together, or I'll go halves on the house with you because we were planning on sharing an apartment anyhow. This will be cheaper rent. At the very last minute they say, I don't have the money, don't have the funds, or oh, I allocated that money for something else. I would have went, or the bank loan at this bank fell through, but I could have used the credit union, so I have the approval from both of them. So I can decide which one's best because the bank interest was too high, or the credit union's interest was too high. I'll have the backup plan, because with this too, I have a vision, I have a dream, I've explored my options, right? And I want this dream to manifest, right? So I'll have the backup because I'm going to pursue this one way or another. This is something that I've decided is right for me, right? And I'm going to pursue it no matter what. So I'm the one that is dotting the I's, crossing the T's, checking the facts, having my backup plan if something falls through. The reason I'm saying this is because our final card here is the 3 of Swords, and everybody sees that card and they're like, oh my God, look at the black clouds are overhead, heart is stabbed with the swords. Now we are all individual Capricorns, right? Oh God, this one's even dripping here. That's pretty scary, huh? And here I like these cards because they have such beauteous colors on them, Capricorn. But I'm thinking here, I've been stabbed in the heart. This is a card, could be a broken heart, separation, loss, betrayal. That's what the card basically means, right? Sometimes with this card, if it was a marriage and I was howling at the moon and not looking at the facts, and my husband's not coming home, husband or wife, they don't come home 3 nights a week. Where are they at? They're telling me they're working. I call their work to tell them to bring something home from the grocery store, believing them, right? And they say, oh, well, I just stepped out of the office for a minute. I'm surprised Julie didn't tell you that, or you got the drift here. This, maybe there's a third party in there sometimes with this too. The other thing is, this is the card, and this is what I truly believe a lot of times. If we are not experiencing this right at this moment, because the friend backed out on the house deal or the boat deal, or, someone backed out and we didn't have a backup plan, this could be the card of lessons learned, of past things that we've already went through. Remember, we have that word resilience. We have the word understanding. We have gratitude in here. We have exploration of new things, new plans. We're going forward, right? Anyhow, if we're trusting somebody else's facts, it seems this can be the card of lessons learned also. So if it's not something we're experiencing now, it's something that we most likely have experienced. We are always to let go of the harmful things of our past, but we don't forget them. We forgive them, we move forward from them, we don't live them. But if we forget them, we repeat them. And what Spirit's telling me for this month, for all of us, they're saying, don't repeat. Don't repeat. We let go of that past experience for a reason, right? We had our understanding of it, we learned our lessons all around it, and we let it go for a reason. Don't forget it. Maybe this, this friend, let's say, with our Two of Wands here, they've done this to us 20 times. Why do we believe them the 21st time? That would be this card in that respect. And I think a lot of us are going to move forward, and we should always, I know you can't do it at the time, and I have never been able to do it that moment. Hindsight's 2020. We can't go back. We can't be in the middle of the experience usually and be this wondrous and loving and kind that we're saying, oh, I forgive the fact that you cheated on me. I forgive the fact that you told me you were going to go halfsies with me the other time too, and then I took my last buck paying for our lunch out. We can't say that when we have this card, because then we're repeating. So use those facts, right? Use the facts when we get into this state. Take all 4 cups, but remember, make sure that cup that's coming from God is filled with what we want, not what we don't want again, because our wish is coming true. Our wish is coming true as long as we did, what do they call that? Due diligence. We had our backup plan. We're not nourishing this inferiority complex. We are improving ourselves, improving our physical condition. We're getting better methods. We are, what do I want to say? We're being very efficient, and we're evaluating. That's to our benefit. We are evaluating all these crazy facts. We're not just believing them off the cuff. We're not doing pie in the sky. We're not sitting there daydreaming and not filling those cups up with something in that apathetic state, because this is a wish come true this month. So, what do they say? Be careful what you wish for, but they're telling us to look at the facts, do the backup, do the legwork to make sure it's real, the fact is real, go within, evaluate it, Fill that cup that's coming from the hand of God, or whatever you want to call it, that which is other than us, that makes us and is us, because it's coming with the backup plan. And remember the lessons. Remember the lessons and don't repeat them, because that can get really aggravating, Capricorn. Boy, oh boy, our card here is giving and receiving. And that's basically what we're talking about, that backup plan. That's what our card is, giving and receiving. And they're saying what gratitude and exploration and understanding. If we have it this way, if I look at this based on my friend said they're gonna, cough up the down payment, but I kept saving like they were saying on my own, I would think I can still have what I want and I can still be friends. Also, I can still keep the friendship. Maybe the exploration means and explore my other options too, because I've already had this experience before, Capricorn. But it says here, and I can't read it, it's so dark in here. It says the entire universe operates in cycles similar to your inhalations and exhalations. When you only exhale, give, or you only inhale, receive, you come out of rhythm with the universe. For optimal health, energy, and replenishment, balance every inhalation in your life with an exhalation. And that's really true within the context of this reading, you know, because even, let's say, because it was in our health and diet thing, if we're daydreaming that, oh, we're going to lose weight or whatever, I'm going to lose weight, but I'm not standing up and I'm letting the ivy grow around my head with that 4 cups and exercising, nothing's going to go up, or my friend said, I'll go exercise with you. And at the last minute they say, oh, I don't think so. I'm really not into exercise. And I'd have another friend on the side to go do it with. That giving and receiving. And giving and receiving to me is lessons learned. Forgiving and forgetting too. Or forgiving and not forgetting. I said that wrong. They just stopped me and said, Frankie, stop right there. That's me. When I forget things, I repeat them. It's like a consistent thing with me, so I don't forget them. I just put them in a place in my brain, and I've told you guys this before. I close them in there, and maybe somewhere down the line someone else may need them. I open up the door in my brain, take them off the shelf, dust them off. How did I get out of that? My experience. And give it to someone else and say that worked for me. Then I pick them back up, put them back on the shelf so they can collect dust till the next time. I forgive them, but I don't live them, and I don't forget them. I just move on. If it comes up again, I take the fact and go with this moon card and go within and evaluate and do my backup. There you go. It says the angels, I still can't even read this, it's getting darker by the minute in here. It says the angels sent this card to you because you've been giving and receiving, because your giving and receiving ratio is out of balance lately. If you've been giving much more than receiving, you've likely been feeling that others are taking advantage of your kindness. Remember those facts, Capricorn. If your imbalance is in receiving more than giving, you may feel uneasy, depressed, or even guilty. While it's impossible to perfectly balance giving and receiving each day, you can strike a healthy balance. To do so, make sure you give something, like time, money, a gift, or a compliment, on a daily basis without expecting anything in return. On the same day, be a gracious receiver to unexpected offers, helps, compliment, or other gifts. Say thank you without embarrassment or guilt. In relationships where you're the primary giver, express your needs and ask for help. The additional meanings are in your relationship, Make sure you both give and receive. The situation you're asking about requires balanced male and female energies. To receive, first you must give. Tithe whatever it is you need more of. That makes sense. Time, money, items, and so on. Affirm, I now receive good graciously into my life. That's pretty interesting reading. You guys will have to tell me how it all comes out. Well, Capricorn, that's our reading for June, and I want to tell you all, thank you for all of your likes, your shares, your subscribes, and your comments. I really appreciate the comments. I read each and every one, even if I don't get a lot of time to reply to all of you. I read them, and I really appreciate them. If anyone wants to know more about me, all of the information's down below on the website. If you just want to neb into it, if you want to set an appointment with me, all of the information is there on the website for you to be able to do that. And also to all of you that I've met through doing these YouTube videos, and to everyone I've met through doing readings for the past 28 years, I always like to tell you I've been very honored and privileged to have been able to serve you, and thank you very much. Hopefully I will see you here next month, Capricorn. Bye bye.